Hey you playa, if you're the type of guy who jumps into the question, what's your body count when you're on a date with a girl to qualify whether or not you want to continue seeing her, you might be operating from a place of insecurity. Now I know that sets off all the alarms, there are tons of guys that are going to attack me in the comments, but let me tell you why you're being insecure and what you could do about it. I've been having this discussion with tons of guys on my previous video all about body count, where they come up with all kinds of reasons why they don't believe it's insecurity. They'll say things like, they're just disgusted with a girl, or she's more likely to cheat on you, or it's evolution. There's a biological reason why we don't want to date girls who have been with other guys in the past. The one argument that I feel isn't rooted in insecurity is that you may be seeking someone with similar sexual experience to your own. You want to be with a partner where both of you can share those first moments together. You can kind of be early enough in your stage or late enough in your stage where the two of you get each other. You understand what the other person has been through, and you're willing to kind of jump into those next milestones together. You may just be turned off by someone who may not understand where you're coming from in your own sexual experiences, which I think is a totally valid reason. So what reasons do classify as a person being insecure? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to give you 5. Comparative insecurity. An insecure man might feel like that girl is constantly comparing him to her previous partners. He may feel like no matter what he does, he's never going to be the best experience she's ever had. And because of that, he feels invalid. He feels like he just doesn't measure up. He's constantly worried that she's going to just get bored with him or overlook him because she's had better. Ego and validation. An insecure man will tie his self-worth to his ability to get the girl. He seeks that validation by pursuing exclusivity with her, by being the only guy that was able to conquer her. If she's had other partners in the past, he's going to question his own ability. That validation shrinks simply because he knows that, yeah, anyone else can get with her, so what does that say about me if I can too? Control and possessiveness. An insecure man might fear a loss of control, knowing that he can't control his partner's past life or change it in any way if she's been with other people. He might feel more inclined to want to control her present life, to be a bit more domineering so he can feel like he has some kind of status in the relationship. This is a common reason why a lot of these guys that are obsessed with body counts focus on dating and going out with really young women. Part of it is to be their first sexual experience and to kind of control the narrative of what their lives look like. Social judgment. An insecure man has a deep need for approval and validation from those around them when it comes to choosing their partner. If they form a deep connection with someone who's genuine and kind and just perfect for them in every way, but they've had past sexual partners, they may be influenced by the societal and cultural norms around them to drop that person because it's taboo, it's wrong, it's bad for you to be with someone because they have a sexual history. This can lead that guy to feel conflicted, and usually where that confliction comes out is anger, resentment, and judgment towards that girl or girls who have past sexual histories. Inadequacy and self-esteem. An insecure man may have low self-esteem because they worry that their partner isn't pure enough for them. That deep sense of unworthiness that they feel comes out in the form of not trusting your partner, feeling like they're incapable of loving you back, being worried all the time that they're going to cheat on you, they're going to get bored of you, they're going to move on from you and just toss you aside like you don't mean anything. And the reality is that most of the guys who are obsessed with a woman's body count will brush it off and say things like, well, I have standards, what's wrong with that? Or you can't force me to date anyone I don't want to, which is true. No one's trying to do that. All I've ever tried to do is approach this from an unbiased, research-backed perspective. And as I've had these discussions with guys, I've noticed a lot of these arguments pop up. So it's important to acknowledge why you feel the way you do. What has influenced your mode of behavior, your mode of thought, your reasons, your feelings, everything that's driving you to feel the way you do towards a girl who's had past sexual partners. Your feelings are valid as they are, whether or not I disagree with them. You may say things that might ruffle some feathers and bother some people, and that's okay. If you're open to having that discussion, I am too. Something I didn't mention here that's commonly brought up is that having lots of past sexual partners impairs a woman's ability to pair bond. So I dived into the research to find out whether or not that's true. Check out the video over there on the screen to see what I learned, and I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.